Hi friends, this is Sagarika from Step Up English, extending a very warm welcome to all of my viewers on YouTube. Today's lesson is on 31 common English idioms and 57 practice lessons. A piece of cake, meaning very easy task, something that is easily accomplished. Usage: Harish completed the test in no time. He said that it was a piece of cake for him. Around the clock, meaning to work day in and day out. Usage: Shabana worked around the clock to submit the project on time. Barking up the wrong tree, meaning making a wrong choice, taking the wrong course or path, take up an approach that is misleading. Usage: The CBI was barking up the wrong tree by arresting Tom during the initial investigation. He wasn't present when the homicide took place on the unfateful day. Beat about the bush, meaning avoid speaking directly or precisely about the main topic. Avoid telling something quickly rather than in a complicated way. Usage: The presentation could have got over in 30 minutes had Neil not beat about the bush on the topic. Big time, meaning prominent, significant. Usage: Liz came to prominence only after playing the role of a blind character in her third movie. This character made her a big-time star. Butterflies in my stomach, meaning to be nervous. Usage: Tomorrow is the first day at a new job. I have butterflies in my stomach. Cakewalk, meaning something that can be easily achieved with less effort. Usage: Saliha completes household chores in no time. It's cakewalk for her. Call it a day, meaning when one ceases to work to go back home. Usage: I cannot call it a day as I'm not done yet. Need few more hours to complete the task. Cash cow, meaning a business that generates an excellent cash flow, reliable source of income. Usage: Simon was pleased to inform that his business on organic farming was generating excellent cash flow annually. It's his cash cow. Early bird, meaning a person who wakes up early, a person who arrives early, a person who arrives early at an event. Usage: Sakina's mother has always been an early bird. Eat like a horse, meaning to eat large quantities of food, big appetite. Usage: Whenever Andy is invited to dinner, we make sure there's extra pot of food cooked. He eats like a horse, said Mia. Eat a horse, meaning to be extremely hungry. Usage: I'm so hungry that I could eat a horse. 15 minutes of fame, meaning a short period of fame. Usage: Monica's guest appearance in the film gave her a 15 minutes of fame. Kill two birds with one stone. Meaning, to complete two tasks at the same time. Usage, Meena has scheduled to pick up her kids from school in the afternoon and on the way back collect their uniforms from the tailor too. It's killing two birds with one stone. Olive branch, meaning to make peace, to offer peace, end a quarrel by doing or saying something. Usage, the minister offered an olive branch to the tribal community to bring an end to the ongoing feud by returning vast portions of land that belonged to the latter. Can't see the forest for the trees, meaning to stay focused on minor details, thus losing focus on a situation in its entirety. Usage, the hostess spent more time in choosing the cutlery and decor that she couldn't see the forest for the trees, thus failed to impress her guests with the food that was served. Draw the line, meaning to set up a limit, to stop, to indicate that someone is not willing to do something, to set up a boundary, refuse to go any further than a certain point. Usage, Sheila refused to work beyond 36 hours per week. We too ought to draw the line as Sheila has done. Every cloud has a silver lining, meaning one can find good in every bad situation. Usage, the idea of starting a funeral home business occurred in Mary's mind the day she lost her father. As difficult it may have been for Mary, yet she went ahead with her plan. Today, her business has become a cash cow. Every cloud has a silver lining. Hang in there, meaning to be patient. Usage, I know you're struggling right now in this company, but just hang in there until you receive a job offer from another company. So start applying for jobs online. Get something off your chest, meaning to talk about something that has been bothering someone for a long time, to confess or disclose something that has been causing emotional discomfort. Usage, your rudeness is not acceptable. You have been rude for quite some time. I have to let you know about this just to get it off my chest. Give it a whirl, meaning try something new. Usage, I have never tried South Korean food, but I'm happy to give it a whirl. Go down in flames, meaning to fail suddenly and spectacularly. Ruined. Usage, Luella was once a top athlete of her days until she had tested positive for drugs, and in no time her sports career went down in flames, recalled the reporter. Sleep on it, meaning to think carefully about a subject or something overnight before making an important decision. Usage, this is the offer that I have for you. Sleep on it and let me know your decision tomorrow morning, said the HR manager to the candidate. Step up your game, meaning to start performing better. Usage, should you wish to perform better than Ankit, you have to step up your game, advised the teacher. Sick as a parrot, meaning very disappointed, unhappy about something that has occurred, feeling miserable. Usage. The news of losing a second time in a row at the inter-school dance competition made the principal as sick as a parrot. It's raining cats and dogs, meaning heavy rain. Usage. It's been raining cats and dogs in my city since yesterday, said Monica. Lose your marbles, meaning to lose one's mind, to become mentally unsound, mentally deranged, to become crazy. Usage. My father started to lose his marbles after the second stroke. In the nick of time, meaning almost too late. Usage. Lucky arrived at her brother's graduation ceremony at the nick of time. Give someone an earful, meaning to scold someone, to lecture somebody angrily, reprimand. Usage. The principal gave Natasha an earful when the latter misbehaved on the school premises. Once in a blue moon, meaning very rare, not very often, almost never, hardly ever. Usage. Rohit gets to meet his father when the latter is in town, which is once in a blue moon. Walls have ears, meaning to warn someone that other people could be listening to what someone is saying. Conversation could be easily overheard. Usage. Let's not discuss about the high-profile divorce that is set to happen. Walls have ears. Practice lessons. Don't discuss the election results here. Walls have ears, warned the officer. Kamal and I would frequently meet up at the recreational club. Now that he has kids, we get to meet each other once in a blue moon. Our plans for a family picnic got ruined. It's raining cats and dogs since early morning. I couldn't get the time to eat breakfast. I am extremely hungry that I could eat a horse, said Priya. How did your exams go? Asked Mother. It was a piece of cake, responded Rohan. It's a protocol to speak softly in this family. They say walls have ears. It's that time of the year when it rains cats and dogs, said Rohit. Tina lost her job last month. She gave up hope on her situation until when one of her best friends, Sally, from high school, offered her to run a business on her behalf. Tina was excited and accepted the offer. Truly, every cloud has a silver lining. I am so hungry that I could eat a horse, said Manisha. The assignment was finished in no time. It was a piece of cake for me, said Rita. Sheila has always been a friendly person, but the misunderstanding with one of her colleagues prompted Sheila to draw a line with everyone at the workplace to avoid misunderstandings and conflicts. As a teenager, I would get an earful from my mother frequently. The company went down in flames after reports of sharp practices surfaced. The previous investigation team failed to nab the culprits who committed the homicide because they were barking up the wrong tree. The event organizers had to work around the clock to set up the venue for the upcoming event. The project went down in flames soon after the project manager's exit from the company. Nancy got an earful from her father because she failed to return home on time. Let me sleep on this business proposal so I can come back with my final opinion on it, said Sandra. Mary studied around the clock to secure the highest grade in the competitive examination. Sarah emailed the central admin team requesting them for an employment letter when she should have emailed the HR team for the same. She was barking up the wrong tree. I am an early bird. This is why I do not get late at any appointments, said Nagma. Mary has a strong appetite. She eats like a horse. The coach was left as sick as a parrot upon hearing his team's loss in the consecutive matches. The hit show made Anurag an overnight sensation among the youth. Had it not been for the show, he wouldn't have had experienced 15 minutes of fame. Putting together a year's data into one report in a couple of hours is not cakewalk, said Neil. Their theatrical drama gave Sunitha 15 minutes of fame, in which she was the protagonist. Be an early bird. Train yourself to wake up early, advised Mother. Try not to eat like a horse when attending events. It can be a bit embarrassing, said Monica to Rohan. The 5-day presentation ended miserably. This made the organizer as sick as a parrot. Preparing 3 meals in a day for 5 people is cakewalk for Anita. Neil visits his grandparents at the old age once in a blue moon. Anita arrived at her best friend's wedding at the nick of time. Should you see yourself in a managerial position in this company, you got to step up your game. Perform every task accurately, advised the CEO to Rita. Jay decided to sleep on the business proposal to allow himself to decide whether the company should go ahead in initiating business deals with XYZ Trading Company. Had Shane not got terminated from his last employment a couple of years ago, he would not have started an organic business which currently has become a cash cow. Every cloud has a silver lining, said his wife. Sarah's mother lost her marbles upon hearing of her daughter's poor academic performance this year. Jane made up her mind to draw a line if a colleague requested her to tell a lie if the need arises. Neil lost 3 cases in a row in 1 month. He got to step up his game before the exit to the company is shown to him. Michael desperately wanted to meet up with Sam at the coffee shop to reveal a secret that he was hiding from Sam for months on end. Michael wanted the secret get off his chest. I am so looking forward to cook this recipe for lunch today. It's an Italian dish and I'm going to give it a whirl. I don't have much time to spare, so can you not beat about the bush and tell me what happened this morning in the pantry? Asked the office manager to the office boy. Whenever Harish is in town, he visits his great aunt. However, the visit occurs once in a blue moon. The coach lost her marbles when she was informed about Zen, who tested positive for drugs. Dairy farming is the only source of income of my family, and a cash cow too. It gives us good returns every year. I cannot call it a day because I am yet to complete my work, said Anil to his colleague. Sandra is a bully. I feel butterflies in my stomach whenever I have to approach her for obtaining her signature on project documents. Not until the police threatened the suspects to own up in carrying out the burglary, the latter were beating about the bush on not being present at the crime scene, given there were strong evidences to prove that the burglary was carried out by them. I am going to call it a day because I have an appointment with the doctor at 4 p.m. The thought of making presentations to the client gives me butterflies in my stomach. Mary is the cash cow of the family. She earns a lucrative salary. My grandfather reads the newspaper while eating breakfast, killing two birds with one stone. You may have been working in this company for 10 years. Hang in there a little longer. The job market hasn't been doing great lately. Anita performed poorly in her academics this year. Her father hasn't been informed about this yet. I got to get it off my chest as soon as I can, said Anita's mother to herself. When I'm at the mall this afternoon, I'll pick up a gift for Richard and do some grocery as well. Killing two birds with one stone, said Ricky. Our company is going through rough times, but we've decided to hang in there, for we are certain that good days are ahead. Mr. Goyal made several attempts to offer an olive branch to his younger brother, with whom he has been feuding for a while now, by giving a share of his property. However, the offer was rejected. Neither of the families in dispute offered an olive branch to one another. Finally, their dispute was dragged to the court to resolve the ongoing feud. Friends, thank you so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Thanks a lot.